Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to be doing a book haul. It's a very gloomy, overcast day, which really puts me in the mood to read. I have some witchcraft, spirituality, new age type of books to talk about, and I have them all on my Kindle. So all these books are going to be available on Kindle Unlimited. I got this Kindle during my birthday month in September, and I really love it, but I haven't really been using it. I've just been reading Harry Potter books. I'm on Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I'm rereading them, and they're amazing, but I wanted something else. And I realized that a lot of the witchcraft spirituality books that I have on my wish list are actually available on Kindle Unlimited, which is a service that they provide where it's like a bunch of free books for like $10 a month or something. And that's something I would have never considered in the past, except that this came with a free trial for a couple of months for only like $5, and it was a really good deal. And then of course I forgot to cancel it. So now I'm putting it to good use by reading all of these witchy books. So I thought we would start off with the first one, which is the one that I'm currently reading. It's called The Witch's Guide to Manifestation, Witchcraft for the Life You Want. It's by Mystic Dylan. It is a very cutesy, very aesthetically pleasing book, but I think it does have good material in it. I mean, I'm only up to like page 10 or 12. She practices traditional witchcraft. She goes through the basics of explaining the difference between witchcraft and Wicca and how you can use manifesting techniques in your practice, which I think is fun. I've read a lot of books about manifestation. I've seen a lot of videos about it, but I'm just always curious to see how an author is going to spin it, how their take on it is, especially when it comes to practicing witchcraft. So like I said, I've only just started this book, but I thought we could take a look at the table of contents. So chapter 1 is on magic and manifestation. Chapter 2 is where the magic begins. Chapter 3 is manifestation and practice. Chapter 4 is methods of manifesting, and chapter 5 is considerations when making magic. And then from then on you have all these kind of spells and all these techniques, and there's a glossary, resources, references, all that good stuff. So far so good. I want to do actual full reviews for all of these books once I'm done with them, and like I said, I'm just really excited that I can have them all in my Kindle and not have them take up space in my room, because my books have been piling up like crazy. I don't have an actual bookshelf for them because I don't have room for a bookshelf, so it's a mess. The next book that I picked up was Essential Oil Magic, and this is Natural Spells for the Green Witch. The essential oils in the title really got me because I really love essential oils, but I feel like there's such a negative connotation with them because of MLMs, like multi-level marketing companies and stuff, like Young Living, who have kind of shady past if you really look at the founder and stuff and kind of the structure of their business plans. But I feel like essential oils are actually really nice when you kind of remove them from like the MLMs and kind of all the negative experiences that I feel like a lot of people have had with those companies. But like the actual essential oils that you can pick up in the store or on Amazon, like I have a good time with them, and that's something that I know my mom really loves too. So I was just curious to see what this book would talk about. So it kind of has them incorporated in spells and in principles and in practices, which I think is fun. It also kind of correlates with plant magic, which is another book that I also got. Like herbs and stuff is stuff that I'm super unfamiliar with, and I just, I wanted to learn a little bit more. I mean, everyone has their own way of learning and teaching it, but I figure that I would give these books a try and see how I feel, and then I can share my thoughts about it. So that's Essential Oil Magic. And then I got Herb Magic, like I mentioned, an introduction to magical herbalism and spells. There you go. So yeah, this is about herbs and different blends, and there's a glossary of course, and it just kind of talks about the principles of herb magic, which I have no idea what they're about. Like I said, I do have a couple of herb, like Green Witch books. I think I have the original Green Witch book that's really popular. I have not opened it. Like I have not opened it at all. Again, because physical books, it's just hard for me to carry around throughout my day. But I'm super excited about these books. I think it's going to be so much fun. So that's the second book that I picked up. And now we're going to go to, actually I have more than, oh no, yeah, that's it. Then I have the Jar Spells. So this is by Phoebe Anderson. Discover the power of witch bottles while understanding and owning your magic. So I feel like a little bit more familiar with spell jars than I am with anything else. I do love jars. I love self-contained things, and I think this will be an interesting book. I like that the first chapter is witching on a budget. I think that's really important, that it's accessible to everyone. So it starts off by being on a budget, talking about that, trusted suppliers, tools by spell type, building an altar, casting a circle, charging, grounding and centering, methods of spiritual cleansing, intuition in witchcraft, spells and powers, and then so on and so forth. It's a pretty long book. It definitely has a lot of very important topics that I think will be really handy. It's funny, I was talking about a gloomy day and now like the sun is out. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. There's even like a chapter for honey magic, which I think is so cute. And now we're down to the last book, which is Witchcraft for Daily Self-Care. I see these books often at Barnes & Nobles, and again, I think it's a way of kind of introducing it to people who would normally not be interested in it. I know New Age, and it's kind of controversial where it's kind of caught on and it's kind of become a trend. But in some ways I do enjoy that because I feel like these books are much more present in Barnes & Nobles, and now you can walk in and just see a table of it. And it's not just hidden in a section. Sorry, there's an ambulance. So Witchcraft for Daily Self-Care is about nourishing rituals and spells for a more balanced life. This was made in 2021. It talks about the basics of understanding witchcraft. It talks about the ingredients, stuff you'll use. There's also like a 90 days of magical self-care. And there's like lyrical poetry. He talks about mind, body, and spirit, which I think is important. It's kind of broken up in those ways. So different practices that kind of help with that, relationships and community as well. So I'm excited to try these books out. Like I said, I think it's gonna be fun. Hopefully I'll read them a little bit more often because I can access them on my Kindle, but also on my phone. The only reason I prefer my Kindle sometimes is because there's no backlight, so it's easy on the eyes, and I can read in the dark and not be straining them because it has that like e-ink technology, whatever it is. I love it so much. I'm kind of addicted to it. But that being said, if you made it to the end of this book haul, thank you so much for watching. I know it's not quite the same as holding up a physical book. I feel like nothing compares to that. But like I said before, I'm trying to be a little bit more conscious about the money I'm spending, about where books come from, and like the printing and all that. Like I want to just be more conscious about what I'm consuming and what I have in my life, especially because like I said before, I have piles and piles of books. This camera is actually propped up onto books that I have yet to finish. So it's a lot. But nevertheless, thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video. I really, really appreciate it, and I will see you very soon with another video. Bye.